Coordinates again, guys. But today our lesson is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to introduce you to the other quadrants. The first area that we used to use and plot our coordinates was on the first quadrant. As you know, number lines go infinitely to the both ways, the positive and the negative numbers for the x-axis, and it goes positive values for the y-axis and negative values for the y-axis in the opposite way. Here is the four quadrants, guys. Okay, so this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. As you can see, the values of the x-axis here are negative. The values of the y-axis here are -2. This is the area that we used to work with. This is called the first quadrant. This is quadrant 1. This is the second quadrant, which is called quadrant 2. Here is the third quadrant, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. And by naming them, you can see that we naming them counterclockwise, the opposite way of the clock. Okay, first, second, third, and fourth quadrant. Okay, such as this point A. Let's remember how we plot or name the coordinates of it. We always pick the x-axis first, 4, and the y value is 6. Here is our pair of coordinates for the point A. Okay, remember the first place for the x values, the second place here is for the y values, and don't forget always to put the brackets between the coordinates of any point. Okay, another example. This point, let's name it as B. What is the coordinates of the point B? Open the brackets. Separate between the values of x and y's by a comma. Okay, always start going to the x-axis. So the value of the x-axis is -6, and for the y value is 9. Okay, another point here, point C. What is the coordinates of the point C? Bracket, comma, another bracket, x values, y values, go upwards. We pointed at -12 here and go to the y-axis this side, -2. Okay, what about this point? Point D, brackets, comma, between them, x values, y values go upward, points at 10 for the x-axis, and points at -6 for the y-axis. Okay, what do you notice from these points? The values of the points here, positive for the x-axis coordinates, and positive for the y-coordinates. For this quadrant, the values of x's here are negative, and the values of y here are positive. About this one, sorry, this one is small handwriting, -12, -2, bracket, comma. The values of x coordinates are negative, the values of the y coordinates is negative. Here, the values of x's here are positive, and the values of x here is negative. Oh, sorry, the values of y here is negative. So, the first quadrant, all the values are positive for x's, positive for the y. The second quadrant, all the values of the x coordinates are negative, and the values of the y coordinates here are positive. The points here in the third quadrant, negative for x's, negative for the y coordinates, here positive for the x coordinates and negative for the y coordinates. Okay guys, more examples. Now let's try the point J. What is the coordinates of the point J? Brackets, remember guys, comma, separates between the values of x and y's. If it helps you to draw a line, draw it. Go to the x-axis, it's 5. Go to the y-axis, it's 8. Positive, positive for the first quadrant. Okay, the second quadrant. Let's take point X. Draw a line heading to the x-axis, sorry. So the coordinates of point X, 2 brackets, comma in between, separates between the x and the y values. The value of the coordinates of axis is negative 5. Go to the y-axis, the value is 5. Negative values, positive values in the second quadrant. Okay, who remembers what this point called? Do you remember what it's called? It's called the origin. Do you know what's the coordinates of the origin? The coordinates of the origin is 0 on the x-axis and 0 on the y-axis. So the origin always has the coordinates of 0, 0. Okay, quadrant number 3, point P. Go ahead to the y-axis, negative 4 and negative 9. Let's find the coordinates of the point F. Here it is. This is coordinates of which one? X or Y axis, guys? This is the coordinates of the Y axis. Always remember, horizontal, the vertical one is for Y's and the horizontal one for X values. So this is negative 5 on the Y axis and 2 on the X axis. Be careful not to mix up between them, guys. This is a general mistake for the students. Okay, open your book, page 294. We are going to find some coordinates for some points. Question number 11. The picture is on your book. Okay, let's pick some points. Let's take point H, G. I'm gonna take different points from different quadrants. I guess that all of you right now know the idea of how to plot or name the coordinates for each point. So let's start with the first coordinate. Sorry. Quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4, counterclockwise. Okay, H. What is the coordinates of the point H? Brackets, comma, y, x values, y values. 1, 2. Point J. Go to the x axis, negative 4, comma, and 3. Point G, brackets, comma, go to the x-axis, negative 4, negative 4 for the y-axis, negative 4 for the x-axis. Okay, the point I, brackets, comma, x values, y values. Here it is x 4, positive 4, and negative 4 for the y coordinates. Okay, guys? Next page, or next question. This is on page 295. So I'm going to do question number 12, question number 13. 14 is going to be left for you as homework. I'm going to mention it on our site. Okay, guys? Mark the points. Oh, there's a lot of points. I'm going to pick some of them. Join the points in alphabetical order and join. This is the last one, which is I. It's not clear here. To A. Okay, we're going to have fun. I'm going to do them all. Okay, I'm going to do them fast. Okay, A is negative 3, 4. Here's negative 3, 4. This is A. B, negative 1, 4. This is negative 1, 4. C, 1, 3, 1, 3. D, 1, 2. Here's 1, 2. E, negative 1, 1. F, 1, 0. Here's 1. And the height of the y-axis is 0. So we're going to stick on the x-axis. 1, negative 1. Here's 1, negative 1. H, 1, negative 2. 1, negative 2. I is negative 3, negative 2. Okay, 1, negative 2. Yeah. Okay, and we are going to connect between these dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So this is the figure after connecting all of these points. Okay, question number 13. Mark the points 2, 1, negative 1, 3, negative 3, 0, 0, negative 2. Join the points to make the figure ABCD. So this is going to be a quadrilateral. It's so obvious because it has 4 points. Okay, A is 2, 1. B is negative 1, 3. C is negative 3, 0. D is 0, negative 2. If we connect these dots together, this one will shape as quadrilateral for sure, and this is going to be a square. Okay, in the next video, guys, I'm going to be solving all the homeworks for you. I guess this one, because it has 1, 2, 3 points on the XY axis coordinates. Join the points to make a figure. Describe it. Okay, definitely this one is going to be a triangle.